Yo, what's up fellas? We're back with another video. My name is Arshi and welcome back to Arsho Motive. And I actually got my official name for it. Now behind me is the Peugeot, or however you want to pronounce it, 3008. It's a new version, of course. For those who know, the old 3008 doesn't look like this. Now, this one looks so much better. This one's the GT trim. There's also GT Ultimate, which is the maximum. But this one is GT, so it is different, but it still has a lot of features. And it's kind of windy here as well. I apologize for that. And looking at the design, it looks very nice. Look at the headlights. You got the daytime running lights. They have this normal teeth shape that they have now. And you got the front parking sensors over here. You have the logo, sorry, not Lego. You got the logo in the middle here. You have a nice grille. So I have a little bit here, it's a bit more plastic here. And you have a nice side profile here. It does look quite aerodynamic. Now this car is 1.6 meters tall and 4.5 meters long. Not too tall, not too long, but I guess it is reasonable if you ask me personally. Let's move on to the side here. Have this nice side profile for such an SUV. I feel like it has a really beautiful design. You have the doors here, and the rear door does look pretty big for being a rear door, and it does open pretty wide. If you take a look at it, you can see it does open very wide. Comparing it to the most cars out there, I feel like it is reasonable. Let's move on to the back over here. Has a really nice Peugeot design. You don't have any windshield wipers on the back. I wouldn't say you would need it anyway, but you have this nice trunk with lights over here. You have these line lights, or however you want to call them, crystal maybe, I don't know. Personally, I have no idea how to call it. But it has this nice shape. You have this beautiful design for such an SUV. Personally, the design of this is slightly better than the Toyota CHR, the new one of course the old one as well, which is really nice. And then you have these large wheels over here. I believe they might be 18 inches. I'm not really sure about the wheels since I don't know what kind of wheels they have on right now, but it does look pretty good. Apologies for the wind. Now let's move on to the driver's side. Now this car starts from 38,000 euros, which is not too bad honestly for this car to start. It looks really nice and it's pretty beautiful. Like I said, this is the GT model, and the GT and Ultimate GT, which is the maximum trim, gives you this black roof that you can get. Otherwise it will have a colored roof. Let's move on to the driver's side. The door opens pretty nice. Have this really nice interior. The door panel looks really nice. It's such a weird design over here that is tilted. It's actually really annoying to close the door this way as you usually would close the door. I don't know, honestly it feels a little weird. And then you have the mirror controls, the lock that you can press. I think it looks pretty casual. And then if I just sit in the driver's seat here, doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty nice actually. I really love the interior over here. And let's move on to the passenger. As you guys can see, this is what the interior of the new Peugeot 3008 looks like. It looks really beautiful to me. You know, it's not really no usual design. You would see such an integration with screens and some buttons in touch haptics. Now this is the screen that you get. I believe it's 20 inches screen. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But you have the infotainment over here, and have the driver dash. And the driver dash actually has really cool animations, which I can't show for some reason right now. I guess I have to turn the car on. But here you have the GT version. You get this screen down here that you can actually interact. It's like a shortcut screen that you can press for apps, and then it pops up over there. Now this is in Swedish, but you get the point. You have the navigation, you have the auto climate, the media. You can also mirror the screen, which is something cool. I never knew you could do that on a car. I mean, I knew you could do it in some way, but I didn't know you could actually do it on this one. And they have these extra haptics here. These are shortcuts basically, and they're actually not haptic. They're actual buttons. They move. And then you have the gear shifter here, which is a pretty odd gear shifter. We turn a car on, for example, and as you can see, this is the gear shifter. So this is what the driver's side looks like. I mean, this is what it looks like for the driver, to be honest with you. You have this beautiful design. You have the steering wheel. You might think that the steering wheel is actually in your way, but this is how I sit right now. I see the dash pretty well, and the steering wheel is right under the dash, which is nice. You don't have that issue. And then you have this Peugeot steering wheel design that we have seen now for a while. And then you have the vents over there, manual vents, which is nice. And so you just close them, you just bring them all the way left. Now move on to the gear selector, as I was talking about. This is how it works. This is a really unusual gear selector, to be honest. I haven't seen them there. I've seen them mostly down here on the center console. I'm going to explain very soon what these do. Now, to shift gear, now if you want to shift reverse, you just, oh, that was neutral. I guess you can't shift reverse, but let me see. You can't shift reverse? Wait, what? That's actually weird. You can't. Okay, so apparently you cannot shift directly to reverse, which is kind of weird. Maybe you can if you just, okay, so you just got to do it that way. All right, I get it. So it's not really integrated with it. These, like, you take a step down from P, you should end up on the R. Nope. Goes all the way to neutral. This is how it works. And if you want to go to drive, also before I move on to drive, this is what a rear view camera looks like. You also have, this is actually a camera view, by the way. This shows like what is on the ground in case you're getting close to something. And you have a 180-degree view. The camera quality is fine. Honestly, I don't know. It's fine. You know, you can see it's not the best one there. And then if you want to shift to drive, you just pull it down. And neutral, and I believe this is manual. I'm not sure what that is. I have no idea actually what that is. I was talking about this. Now move on down here. These are the buttons. This is the drive mode selector, by the way. Let me show you what it looks like when you switch. Now let me, of course, if you want to shift it in P, just press P. And the handbrake is also, or parking brake is also manual, so you have to drag it yourself. Unlike the Toyota and Lexus. Camera will remain on for a while. And this is what the driver dash looks like. It is really cool, you know? It's such a nice design. I wonder if we can change it. Yeah, whatever. I guess not. It doesn't change that way. But if we have the driver mode selector here, we can select the driver mode. If it will. Oh yeah, there it says Eco. It says Sport. Not too bad, not too crazy. It's a job right. You have the paddle shifter back there. And you have these windshield controls. Thank God they still have these. And moving on to down here, as I was speaking earlier, you have the on and off button for infotainment, if my camera will cooperate. There we go. You have the on and off button for the infotainment, which is this. You press it, it turns on, it turns off. And then you have the volume knob, which is down here, which is really cool. Let me get it up here. And to media, which is really cool. And you have the cup holders here. You don't have the charging here. You have this extra place here that you can put your things there. You have a couple of ports, USB-Cs, and you have also a 12-volt socket if my camera will cooperate. There it is. A casual 12-volt socket or a cigarette lighter, as we call it. And I believe this could be a charging wireless charger. I'm not sure. I think it is. It could be. I'm not familiar with it yet. And then we have the glove box back here. Take a look at it. And it is kind of dampened. And that is the light. I think, no, that's the passenger airbag. There's actually a passenger airbag key down there. Glove box size is not bad. And it's actually fabric, which is really nice. Nice feeling. This is also fabric, if I forgot to mention. And this is actually ambient lighting. I'm not sure how you can change it. I'm not familiar with the Peugeot, but you can change it somehow. I know that for sure. It has, I think, up to 8 colors. Now move on to the seats. This is a fabric seat you get. Actually feels brilliant. Feels beautiful. Seats are manually controlled, since this is the GT. You have the front parking sensors as well, which is nice. And then move on to here. You have cup holders, and then you have also this space that opens like this. And it does have some space, I guess. Not too bad, not too crazy. And it looks pretty nice from here. You have down there, pretty nice. And I'm also 177 centimeters tall, and I have enough for the leg room here and headroom, which is nice. Let's move on to the rear seats, shall we? And this is the rear seat of the Peugeot 3008. It's not too bad. I have some space here, some leg room. I'm 177 centimeters, as I mentioned, and it's fine, I would say. You got some plastic here. Now this could be a little annoying comparing to most of the cars like Toyota. They have fake leather here, which is softer. They have soft material here for the knees in case if you don't properly fit. This one has plastic, so you will feel uncomfortable for long rides. You don't have any heated rear seats on this one. You have a 12-volt socket. You have some charging down there, and it's not too bad. You got this. The rear seats have both fake leather, or like a synthetic leather and fabric material combination. Have ISOFIX, which you can unzip and reach them. I'm not going to do it right now. And moving on to the middle, do we have cup holders? We do, and there's also a phone stand, I would say, if you want to use it. No through loading, which is not too crazy. Most cars don't have it. And the lights are actually up here, which is kind of weird. You know, you would expect them to be up here, but they decided to put it here. Even though this one doesn't have panoramic, which is a package you can get extra for your car. Now let's move on to the trunk. All right, now we're at the trunk here. We're gonna go ahead and open it up. The button over there. And the trunk itself is 520 liters, which is not too bad. And then you can also fold the seats. You fold them here. I don't know what these are for. Might be for the door. Are these for the... Okay, I don't know what these are for, actually. I don't think they're for the seats. Yeah, I don't know what they are. Get it? You have some space down here. I guess if you get the electric version of this, you can fit the charging cable down here. And let's fold the seats real quick. Alright, now I'm gonna fold the seats here. Let's see, this thing is kind of in the way. Retract this back. You have some space here, and then you can fold the other side as well. I don't feel like we need to. You see, you have this amount of space. It's 1,480 liters, which is pretty high amount. Put them back up, and it is reasonable, I guess. It is quite large. You can fit a lot of things in there. And of course, if you want to close it, you can just press this and it will close for you. And now let's pop open the hood and see what it is inside. You gotta drag this twice and it will open it for you. This is I believe it might be a 4-cylinder or a 3-cylinder. I'm not sure about that, but it's a 145 horsepower hybrid engine. And if we put the hinge over here, there we go. And this one is the hybrid model. You can get this with the electric version. I'm not sure if you get a front, but you might not get it. This one has a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. And if you want to get the electric one is a 213 horsepower with 73 kilowatt hour battery, or you can get a larger battery with a stronger motor, which is 98 kilowatt hour battery with 230 horsepower. So much faster than this one, because this one goes 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 10.2 seconds, which is pretty slow if you ask me. But I get it. This is it's a weak engine. So it's more like just driving around. And driving inside this thing isn't bad. The engine has a bit of noise, but not annoying. Not too bad, not too crazy. Okay. Now if you want to buy this car, I would highly recommend you to get the Ultimate GT package, because the GT one has barely any of those. I mean, you can get it. It does have a reasonable amount of features, but the Ultimate GT is the best because it has 360 view camera, heated front seats, and lots of other features they can get. And this one's a black color. Now this one, I would say with all the packages, with everything that you want, it will cost somewhere around 58,000 euros. Not too expensive, I guess, for the highest trim, but you gotta make sure it is reliable enough. Then it will cost more with the electric versions. Now, should you buy the Peugeot 308? Well, I would say this is actually a very nice car. It has a lot of features. It looks brilliant in every way. Now, if you want to see the car you would like to see, let me know in the comment section. And make sure to subscribe to keep yourself updated about the latest cars on the market. I'll try to get as many as possible as I can. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it. And let me know what you want to see next. Stay tuned.